Can you recall when the whispers of a serious threat to national security first started to circulate? It was a seemingly average day when the U.S. Congress first reported this ominous warning. The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Republican Mike Turner, issued a statement that sent ripples through the political landscape. His words were stark and foreboding, warning of a serious threat to national security and demanding President Joe Biden to declassify all related information. Turner's statement was one of few words, yet it held an air of urgency. He revealed that the committee had made available to all members of Congress information concerning this serious threat. However, the nature of the threat was left shrouded in mystery, adding a layer of intrigue and concern to the unfolding situation. Turner's request to President Biden was clear: declassify all information related to this threat. His aim? To allow Congress, the administration, and our allies to openly discuss the necessary actions to respond to this potential danger. As news of this threat began to spread, an NBC News source from the Democratic Party, who claimed to be familiar with the threat, added fuel to the fire. They described it as a serious problem that could lead to the destabilization of the situation and pose a threat to national security. The threat was labeled as a potential external threat, yet the source remained tight-lipped about its origin. Despite the lack of details, CNN, citing sources, linked the threat to Russia. Their sources described the situation as very sensitive. One source, allegedly familiar with the intelligence, painted a disturbing picture of a destabilizing Russian potential that had recently come into focus. Reuters, however, took a different angle. Their sources also linked the threat to Russia, but added a new element to the story: operations in space. Yet, just like the others, they refrained from providing any further details. In the midst of this growing concern, the U.S. President's National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, remained surprisingly reticent. He declined to elaborate on the nature of the threat. Sullivan did, however, reveal that he had contacted leading lawmakers from the National Security Committees, even before Turner's public warning. He also shared that he had scheduled meetings with congressional leaders who receive information on intelligence issues for the day after Turner's announcement. Adding another layer to this complex narrative, Politico journalist Alex Ward, citing 3 members of the House Intelligence Committee, described the information about the threat as a serious problem, but not an acute crisis. In summary, the serious threat to national security reported by the U.S. Congress has sparked a flurry of speculation and concern. The nature of the threat remains unclear, with various sources linking it to Russia and even suggesting it may involve operations in space. The lack of detailed information has only fueled the intrigue, with key political figures calling for full disclosure of the related intelligence. Whether this threat will evolve into an acute crisis remains to be seen, but it's clear that this issue will continue to dominate political discussions in the coming days.